Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
And introducing our host with the most, Josh Lance!
Woo! Wow, you guys just made all of the stuff go crazy. That's cool. So, the host with the most, really? That's cool. So, this is our Haiti, I don't know if we'll just call it a podcast because I don't know what else to call it. But just some thoughts from people on the trip. Kind of just going through what we experienced today and everything. I'm going to go around the table and just tell who's here, and you don't have to talk, but if you do talk, make sure you talk in the direction of the microphone, just so everyone can be here. So, Bryce just walked up. Hey, Bryce.
Hey.
All right, so I got Luke here,
Ciao.
and Zach.
What's up, man?
And Eric.
Hello.
And Abby.
What's up?
And of course, Bryce.
Hey.
And Nate.
Greetings.
And Joel.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
And Andon.
Hey, what's up?
And Katie.
Salutations from Mother Phoenix.
Yeah! That was a good one. All right, so Mick is here also. He is in the background, listening in. So basically, what happened today was we went to church, and then we were here at the house, and we did some breakdown of what our groups are going to do, and then we went over to the Rev home and got to spend the evening with them. Had pizza, did some worship, played soccer, did all kinds of cool stuff. So let's start with church. Anyone can jump in and talk and just say what they, what were your thoughts about church?
I felt really welcomed by all the kids. The kids are grabbing our hands, wanted to shake all of our hands, just wanted to be all over us. The one, she laid her head down on this little bench in front of her and just stared at me for like a solid couple, good solid 30 seconds.
That's cool. What else? Thoughts about church?
I guess it was the pink interior. And
Did you
I
feel
thought
like you
that
were
was-
inside the bottle of Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah, it did. And it had the verse on it. I think in English it was save yourselves from this corrupt generation.
Yeah. Acts 2:40.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good
And it was all concrete. The seats were not really what you would consider good quality in America. But overall, I really think the church was a good experience. The people were very energetic. They had all those hand motions.
Yeah, there was a lot of responsive stuff. Somebody would come. I mean, it happened a lot. People would come up.
Even the kids would say something.
Yeah, and then people would respond, and they would have hand motions and stuff
Yeah.
that they did.
At our church, they did a lot of singing. For 7 minutes straight, they just sang over and over the same words.
I think another thing is the hospitality of the people at our church. They gave us food. They made sure all of us had something to eat. And it wasn't just us. They had it for everyone in the congregation. They each had a meal, and then they also gave us drinks and everything. So the hospitality that they had for people just coming into their church.
Yeah, that was good. Because when Pastor Dari came up and said, after I was done speaking, and he said, we have food for you guys, I was thinking, because last year they gave us watermelons.
Yeah.
So I was thinking something along the lines of that. And then we got out there, and it's real food, rice and chicken, and in a little to-go styrofoam container. And I was like, oh man, this is way too much. This is awesome, but way too much.
A good amount of food.
Yeah. And then he said, "Oh, just go back in and sit down." And I thought to myself, I don't want to go back in there and eat in front of all those people. But then they all had food, which was, I was like, okay, I feel much better about that now.
Same. That's what I feel kind of guilty.
Yeah, when they're just sit back inside the church, I was like, but can we just go?
But I I guess just to compare it to the American church, which it's kind of apples and oranges, but I guess for spiritual exercises to compare, like, wow, the hospitality that they showed guests was just incredible.
Yeah.
And something that we don't, I mean, where would we even begin in our church and in your church?
Yeah,
Where would we
they gave
even
us
begin?
water, which was very helpful.
That's
Cold
cool.
water.
But these churches don't have all that much money, so to give us anything is probably a huge expense out of there.
I thought about that when they gave us the sodas because it's like that couldn't have been cheap to buy that many sodas.
Yeah, because for any of you who don't know, Haitian food is very expensive, even compared to American food. So I'm guessing, was it like a special occasion at the church we went to that gave us food?
It's just because we were there.
Oh.
Now I'm guessing that they do a meal, they do lunch every Sunday or maybe a couple, every now and then. But
I think they were saying, because they were saying, I only picked up like one word he was saying, and it was manger, which is eat. So
yeah. So one of the things, so when we first got there, they were like having Sunday school, and this is kind of a very awkward segue to get into this, Zach, but I'm just gonna plow right through the wall and get into it.
Yeah, just to put a little image, Sunday school was outside the church.
for the kids.
No, it was inside the
The
church.
kids had their Sunday school outside.
They had
Yeah.
3 Sunday school classes going on in the same
room.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those teachers were not quiet. Like each of them were
Trying
loud.
to talk over the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the kids were kind of like in the outdoor area.
Just like
the kids were in the outdoor area and they were doing their thing.
Yeah, sometimes I
And,
wish American kids would do that.
They'd go outside.
Yep, and just not come back.
That's mean.
Jokes aside.
That's mean.
Um,
But we sort of had a little mini Sunday school ourselves because we started talking about different stuff and things that we've been studying and whatnot. And what Zach? What was the book that you said the phrase being comfortable, getting comfortable with
album?
being uncomfortable?
The album?
Yeah.
Yeah, just Uncomfortable. That was the album by Andy Mineo. And that, I guess the whole album just really states about how us living in America, we're so fortunate that we look over everything we have, and if we don't have it, we point a finger at God, saying we're not blessed enough, and we can
Right.
get this comfortable lifestyle. So it's saying we need to live an uncomfortable lifestyle
Yeah.
and give instead of receive.
Yeah. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
I think personally, I think that is a huge thing that the American church needs to get a hold of. Like, we spend so much effort and energy and time and money on, like you said, thinking, oh, we need to do this, and then we come to a place like here and go to a church where they have one room with concrete pink walls,
and balloons.
and balloons,
pop.
and I mean, the worship in there is awesome, and the people's hearts are just really crying out to God. Like, I thought that was.
I've been to churches that have broken up over what carpet color they have in church, and this church had no carpet.
It was also interesting to see their prayer. Like they were shouting their prayers like for everyone to hear, and it was powerful. I mean, we couldn't understand it, but it was interesting to watch.
When they did that Korean style prayer,
Yeah.
where everyone
Yeah.
prayed.
I think
separate
it's like
prayers at the
Korean
same
style or something. That everyone just prays at the same time,
Oh, yeah.
out loud. Yeah, that's really cool.
What was interesting at
confusing,
our
but
church
cool.
was they gave a chance to like rededicate or dedicate their life for anybody to rededicate or dedicate their life to Christ, and one person did, which was cool.
That is awesome. That is really cool. All right, so when we were at the Rev Home, what'd you guys think? Thoughts from that?
They were better at soccer than I was when I was that age.
And they're better at soccer at their age than you are. You're
It's not a
True.
compare
True
ages.
statement.
What?
Haitians play a lot of
There's
soccer.
no comparison. They're
Yeah.
and they
they're-
play barefoot, like kicking each other
Oh, yeah.
barefoot.
Hard.
Hard.
I took
Yeah.
We took shots like from them. I mean, I've taken shots in soccer before, and almost like never that hard.
And they had the advantage, no shoes. They had, I mean, we had no traction in our shoes.
Yeah, we were slipping on the concrete. They were just all over us.
Yeah.
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 They knew the
Very,
way.
very athletic kids.
Yeah. So Katie put away some donation stuff. By the way, this is just for everyone's general information. Abby, the donation when we weighed all the bags, I added all that up, and we brought.
Wait, did you add the extra ones that weren't on that sheet? Because there
No.
was more that weren't on that sheet.
Okay, cool. Then I don't feel bad rounding up. Rounding it up, but I guess we're probably under this now. We brought like 800 pounds of donation stuff.
Wow.
I can believe it.
I can believe.
I had to put it all away.
That's right.
Yeah, that was really, really, really cool. It came in at like 790 something. So I mean, just rounding it.
You're safe rounding
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
safe rounding up at that point.
Yeah, at least. At least that.
I thought that the kids were really reserved in the beginning,
Before the meal.
Oh yeah.
and
Or
like
before the
once we
soccer
started
game.
eating
They
and then
ate
did
and
worship.
they played. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even before the soccer game, like everyone got into that soccer game
yeah,
and avoiding getting hit by the balls that were just flying everywhere. So.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like at the beginning, I mean, there was a kid that was sitting up on the ladder, just looking over the wall, like to the next property, the next house, and just like we walked up to him, hey, you want to like, you know, want to play, want to talk, hang out? He's like, nope. He's just like looking there, and by the end of the night, I mean, I don't know who gave him. Somebody had him up on his shoulders and was running around. He's having a good time.
That was cool. That was cool to me to see. That, I mean, like, it's kind of Matt tells me all the time, like that's kind of what they expect the first night. Like they're going to be really nervous, but it was cool that, man, once we came together and eat, which you know, food is always important to me. I love food. But once we ate, and then we did worship together, like I felt like the group just really just molded into one big group. Yeah. After that, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I agree. Like in the beginning, it did feel like two separate groups. It was like the Rev people and the missionaries.
Yeah.
I guess. Is
Yeah.
that the word?
Missionaries.
Missionaries? I don't even know.
Yeah. You can use
But-
that word. That's
G
fine.
partners.
Yeah, G partners.
Was it that way last year?
GP.
Like the Rev kids may have been like a little more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They actually were
Yeah.
more open this time than they were.
You thought so?
Yeah.
Thought
Oh
so?
yeah.
Oh.
Because
They knew
the
some of you
girls
guys.
last year would not come out of their rooms.
They didn't.
And I mean, they were down the steps. They were like all sitting. They were out. Like I was so very surprised when I was gonna
I mean,
walk
they were
up and
talking to
see
me.
them, and
They were
I
talking
walked
to-
out and they were already on the stairs. I'm like, oh. So it was good. It, like,
They were teaching us Creole.
oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then Chris Lee was amazed at how much I know compared to some of these people.
Everyone else?
Yeah.
It's a little fresher for you.
Yeah.
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 If I got my hands on a book of Creole,
See, even I say
Learn
that, I'm
very
like,
quickly.
I don't feel like I'm saying that right.
Right. Yeah, same.
But,
What? Saying what?
We're
Right,
not.
Cleo?
and then on the way back, Bryce and I got to ride on top of the van,
On
which was
top?
awesome. Oh,
on
yeah.
the roof rack.
She said it was a
Lucky.
one-time deal, though, no more.
Yeah, she
So
did.
You can't do it. So.
We were like,
It must be a first like of that night thing because it like that's.
because Luke told me she was joking. I was like, she's not joking.
Yeah.
I'm getting on the roof.
Yeah.
I know
That was
when
cool.
the van came around the out of the driveway, it was like tilted over, and I was looking out the window waiting for Josh to come tumbling down.
I kind of wish we would have had like something up there with us that we could have like
Did you-
tossed over the windshield to make it look like.
Seatbelt.
Like a
Oh.
dummy.
Take your
Yeah, like a dummy, just like. Blah, blah, blah.
Did you
Funny.
almost hit the tree coming around the corner?
No, but when we went down the hill at first,
We were like,
we probably shouldn't be talking about this.
we were leaning back pretty far.
Everything is perfectly safe and okay.
When we came down the hill, like when she backed down, then we started going down the hill. It was like okay, but after that,
If we didn't have that roof rack, we'd be.
Oh yeah, if we had the roof rack, we definitely wouldn't have been on the roof. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was cool. So, all right, any final thoughts?
Chris Lee is an amazing translator.
Chris Lee
yeah.
is an awesome guy. Love that
Yeah.
It was
guy.
a
And
fun
the
night.
pool,
Yeah.
Oh,
the pool is the most amazing thing.
chicken fight in the pool. Yeah,
All right, cool.
And
Cool.
because
is,
we creamed you,
good chicken
Andon.
fighter.
I thought it was really cool whenever we did come together as a family and as a church. You could just really feel the presence of the church and God.
Oh, and we also ganged up on Josh, so that's like a key part.
Sang,
when
our,
we
sang
sang
our national anthem in a
Oh.
foreign
That
country.
usually,
to
that usually
Josh's
happens.
shorts,
That usually happens.
and then threw him back on the pool.
All right, Zach, you weren't here last year, so like worship down here, doing it with when we do it up on the rooftop here. That is like one of my most favorite things to do in the whole world is be up on this roof, this one specifically, and do worship because it's just so awesome and so sweet. And tonight I thought was really really cool over at the Rev Home. Like everyone was really getting into it. Which
One
is
thing that
awesome.
impressed me, they had that No Longer Slaves by Bethel Music playing, which is one of my favorite songs. And they're like belting it out, and that song's like new. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, they
they
learned
know
it.
the words to it.
Yeah.
They got it down.
They were taught it in June. It was surprising to see them learn it in like 3 days.
That's
Wow.
cool. All right,
what
well I
song?
see lightning,
No
so
Longer
maybe we
Slaves.
should wrap this up.
We were in the pool.
We were in the
Everything
pool
is
with the
perfectly
lightning.
Hey, everything is perfectly. No, but it wasn't like.
Is it okay?
We were in the pool.
I don't know because I'm an old guy. Is it okay to say bye, Felicia? Is that an okay phrase?
Bye,
Yeah, only
Felicia.
if
Is that
you're
right?
under the age of like 15.
So,
All risky.
Andon, say.
Andon, do it.
So here we go, everyone. We're gonna sign off now. Go, Andon.